to you about this makeup look. As you may have noticed, a lot of my videos have been awareness inspired. Just a couple days ago I posted a video about autism awareness. April is Autism Awareness Month. April is a very aware month. There's so many things that we should be paying attention to all the time, not just 1 month of the year. One of the things that is particularly important to me that I am very aware of is alcohol abuse awareness. April is Alcohol Abuse Awareness Month. They even have an entire weekend that is called Alcohol Free Weekend. It's generally the first weekend of April, and this year it's April 5th through 7th in 2019. Something that you may or may not know about me is there is a very special reason that alcohol abuse awareness is important to me. My first husband passed away in 2017 due to issues related to alcoholic liver disease. It was a terrible time in my life. It has forever changed how I see the world, how I see alcoholism, and how I appreciate every day that I have with the people that I love. This is going to be a hard one. So it is very important to me that the people that I care about make strides to take care of themselves, and also choose to make choices that are thoughtful and seek help when it's necessary. Anytime you're struggling with any issue, you should feel free to seek help. This seems like a very frivolous way to do my makeup and my nails and really just wear all red in support of this, but I said before and I'll say again that when I do these things, it is a way to initiate dialogue. I think that the more openly and honestly we talk about issues, the less stigma is associated with them. I really want to place a great amount of importance on talking about everything. I think that if we talk about these issues with love and respect, that people that need help will get help, and a lot less of us will feel the heartbreak of losing people that we love for something that is treatable with the right amount of understanding and removing that negative stigma. Alcoholism it's a disease, just like lupus or like I have a degenerative arthritis. That's a disease. I did nothing to cause that to happen. It was something in my body that was just not operating and functioning properly. It's the same, and I get treatment, and we need to seek treatment for others. We need to be educated about this, and we need to be loving to people that are suffering. I'm linking several websites below, and those websites have a lot of resources. I'm going to list them off right now. I'm not going to get into many details about all of the websites, but there are a couple that are particularly important to me. First and foremost, alcohol.org. They have an article on their front page about Alcohol Abuse Awareness Month, so that's important. That gives a lot of information, and it has a lot of resources linked in there as well. Drughelpline.org. This is for any kind of drug abuse. So anybody that has an uncontrolled or unhealthy relationship with drugs or alcohol, they can use drughelpline.org to find help. www.aa.org. A lot of people have heard of Alcoholics Anonymous. This is their website. If that is the program for you, then this is a good way to find a local meeting for you to attend. Many places have several different meeting locations so that there can be a meeting every single day. Some people may not find that AA works for them. The important thing is to find a program that works and stick with it. And there are programs for people that are suffering from alcoholism and those are suffering that are related to or care about someone with alcoholism. There is another website called rehabs.com. It talks about several different programs that aren't AA that you can check out and see if they are the right program for you. And one of those programs is Celebrate Recovery. At celebraterecovery.com, you can find resources for you. CelebrateRecovery.com is for anybody and everybody that's suffering from something. So whether that is alcohol abuse, drug abuse, unhealthy relationships with food, depression, anxiety, codependency, there's so many things that people are struggling with. And this is one program that I personally feel strongly about, that I have been through, and I think that it's a great program. It is a faith-based program, so if that is not for you, go to rehabs.com. They have several secular programs that are good, but I've found that people who are spiritual or not have both actually felt a lot of help and support in Celebrate Recovery. So that also has several meetings per week in different locations. You can find the meeting you love, and then just stick with that group. Stick with the people that are going to love you through it all, through every up and down, every mountain and valley. Anytime that you kind of slip, just seek help and seek the support group that's going to stick with you. Now, having said that, not to diminish what we're doing here, but I also want to say that there are so many other things that have a red ribbon associated with them. So you could use this look to kind of start dialogue or initiate dialogue for AIDS support, for Go Red for Women, heart disease, and also if you wanted to add a pop of white color to your eyes, the red and white ribbon is for head and neck cancers. So these are all several other things that you could use this look for, but for me, I find that personally, the thing that's most important for me is to foster a healthier relationship with alcohol, or none at all, depending on what you need to do. So some people find that once they deal with underlying issues, they can have a healthy, moderate relationship with drinking just fine. But sometimes you're just in too deep and you don't know up from down, and you can't make that decision on your own. Seeking help really is the best way. There is a major difference between alcohol abuse and having a healthy and moderate relationship with alcohol. So I just wanted to put that out there, that this is something that's really important. It's something that it can change people's life in an instant. It can change people's life in a longer period of time. There can be years and years of suffering associated with dealing with the side effects of drinking, the social consequences, the familial consequences, and obviously the health consequences. Where liver disease can take a very short amount of time to ultimately end your life, it can also take a very long and painful amount of time. And I will say that throughout this process, there are stages where you can always heal yourself. So never believe that it's too late to receive healing. Never believe that it's too late to be sober and be well and feel whole again. And just think about what a wonderful life you can have if you decide. No one can decide but you. But if you decide that it's time to stop, then I know I'm here to support you. So, not to get really serious all the time, but if you keep watching, you'll see the process of getting to this look. I think it's beautiful. I think that it's a really great way to honor my late husband and any other people that I know that have passed away due to alcohol-related issues, illnesses, accidents. And so I really want you guys to enjoy watching this. I tried to make these videos shorter, but this particular video is very important to me, so the intro is really long. I appreciate your patience. Thank you for taking the time to support me and to support this issue. It is so, so important to so many people. So stay tuned for the look. Thanks. Okay, so I decided to go ahead and start with my foundation already. I think this is going to be kind of a more intense look as far as steps of the process. So I went ahead and I also did, aside from my foundation, I did contour, blush, and eyebrows. I'll do my eyes and then finish up the face and then lips as well. But let's go ahead and get started. The first thing I'm going to do actually before I get started with my eyes, since we're doing reds, is I'm gonna go ahead and put some powder underneath my eyes, and it's gonna look really crazy while I'm doing my makeup, but this way if I do get any fallout, it's not gonna mess up the foundation that I already put on. That's also good because that'll just wipe away with a big fluffy brush at the end. Okay, I'm gonna actually line my waterline with a nude pencil. I want to brighten that up because the red can tend to make things look like inflamed around the eye, so I want it to look really intentional. As I work on putting a base on my eye, I'm gonna let that light pencil set up, and then I'll go ahead and I'll put dark on the upper eye, just so that there's at least something on the tight line and the waterline. But let's go ahead and get started with a base on the eye. So I'm gonna use a really light color right underneath the brow bone and down like to the beginning of the crease. And I'm going to use a really nice kind of a warm mid-tone, and I'm going to blend that into the crease so that the red has something to blend into and has a really nice transition. I'm going to start laying down a base of matte reds so that I can progressively add darker colors to blend into the crease. But I'm gonna just start layering them. I'm gonna pick a couple of different reds. I don't have like the red that I just really want. So I wanna encourage you guys that if you don't already have exactly what you're looking for, try and find some other things that you have that you can mix together to make that desired effect. So I'm gonna go back and forth with a couple of different shades of red to try and get that kind of oomph that I'm looking for. Okay, so I have that, but I really don't want it to look, I want it to look really blended, so I'm going to take the original brush that I used on that transition color, I'm going to blend the upper area up here. Now, if you really wanted a soft look, you could really stop here and add some like eyeliner, mascara, lipstick, and you'd be done. We're not gonna do that. We're gonna add a lot more. I'm gonna start by deepening up the crease a little bit, and then we're gonna really start to add some really good pops of red. Okay, so that color I just blended into the crease, it may have looked like a black, but it is actually like a really deep eggplant color. I don't know if you can even tell in this picture, but it's a really deep kind of eggplant color, very kind of dark, and it has red tones in it. I want to keep everything kind of in that red family. Okay, now I'm gonna blend some red on top of that that's got a little bit of shimmer to it. It's got like a satin finish. I'm gonna use my fingers to go ahead and blend that in, and then I'll use a brush to kind of soften the edges of it. Okay, I'm going to wipe that excess off my finger. And then I'm going to soften those edges. I'm going to add maybe a little bit more of that deep color in the crease and then blend everything together. Okay, I'm really liking how that's looking. At this point, I'm going to go ahead and grab that black liner, and I'm going to do the tight line of my eye. I'm going to give that some time to set up. And then instead of doing a traditional liner with this look, I kind of really want the red to stand out. So I'm going to use a angled brush with some like dark charcoal eyeshadow and kind of use that to line the eyes and blend it out so it's softer. Okay, while I was gone, I was able to add a little bit of brightness to the inner corner of the eye right here. I just used a really bright, light, sparkly kind of color right here. And then what I've done is I put on a mascara, and I did 2 coats of this mascara that's like a burgundy color. Like I said, I wanted to keep with the red shade, so I did 2 coats of this mascara. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and brush off that excess powder from underneath my eyes, and then I'm going to do the under eye. I want a little bit more precision on this outside edge, so I'm going to use my blending brush, and I'm going to go ahead and kind of clean that up a little bit. Not blending brush, blending sponge. Okay, now I can go in with a precise brush and add in a little bit of the red shades, and then that dark shade that I put in the crease, I'll put on the outside edge. I really like how this is looking. I feel like I'm going to add just a little bit more of that red. Maybe I can find something just slightly brighter that I can just add an extra pop with. I really like this look, but I noticed my lashes are looking a little bit spidery, so I'm going to just use a spoolie that I have on the other end of this angled brush that I used for that liner, and I'm just going to separate the lashes out a little bit. So now I'm going to go ahead and put highlight on. I'll do my cheekbones and then my inner corner and right underneath my brow bone. Alright, my cheek color is looking a little bit muted, so I'm going to go ahead and add just a little bit so it blends in really nicely with the highlight. And because I don't like anything to stand out too much on my face, I'm going to go ahead and blend all that with my powder brush. I haven't added anything to it. Anytime I do any blending like that, I don't ever add anything to the brush that I'm using. I just use whatever is left over on the brush from the previous use. Okay, it's time to finish up with the lips. I'm going to use that metallic red that I used the other day when I was doing the autism awareness look. I'm going to only use this color. I really love this color. It shows up very nicely. It's metallic. It really goes with the eye well. They have the same kind of like cool red tone, so I'm going to keep with that theme. Okay, and we'll finish the setting spray. So here is your finished look. We have a lot of red going on. It's really beautiful. Man, these lights are really warm. So I went ahead and did all red today. I really love how it turned out. We have some dimension going on, some shine, and I feel like we really accomplished going after that all red look. So I hope you enjoyed this video. Please see the resources that I spoke about in the intro, linked below. Learn a little bit more about alcohol abuse awareness. I think that a lot of people underestimate what alcohol abuse really looks like and the effect that it can have on your whole family. I know that I have had to go back and look at what my relationship with alcohol looks like and have made some adjustments and changes in how I view it, what I consider to be, binge drinking or what I consider to be an unhealthy relationship with alcohol. So this month, think about, making choices that are in line with taking care of yourself and being thoughtful and considerate of your family. And if you feel like you have a problem, just seek help. The only way to get the stigma to end is to be open and honest about the problem, to seek help when necessary, and to really give this illness the respect that it deserves. Alcoholism is a disease. It is something just like, cancer, or if someone had lupus, you wouldn't blame that person for having lupus. This is a real illness, this is a real disease, and coming from a very personal place myself, where I didn't really understand the ins and outs of this until it was too late. I just want to encourage you that if you know a family member that has a problem, please be compassionate with them and try and keep your impatience and anger in check. All it can do is really help them to get in a healthier place. Show them the love that they need and that you would really love if you were in their position. I'm sorry that this is such a serious video. It's a very serious matter for me personally, and it has really changed my life significantly for the last several years. I hope you guys all have a wonderful day and that you have a fantastic April. I'll see you in the next video. Thanks. Bye.